TSO Daily. I'm your host, Mr. Craven. Alright, so I'm still going to be on console because I'm farming keys. I was on PC yesterday and I got my shoulders. I still have to get my head and whatever on PC. But I really want to get these keys taken care of on here because I've been slacking on the PS and I have all these different setups that I'm going to play with because I am a gear junkie. I have tons of sets. So I have a hard time throwing away sets. So, yeah, I've got to farm keys. But today, I'm actually going to be doing my dailies. And at the same time, I'm going to be gloating. So, if you're a type of person who doesn't want to hear me complain or gloat, it's best to turn off this episode. It just really is. It's not in your best interest to even watch this. But I am going to fucking gloat. And I'm going to do it huge. So, somebody had asked me, Mystic, why can't you have a more open dialogue with these other YouTubers instead of bash them? I'm like, well, that's a fucking good question. Because their fucking intelligence is lower than fucking mine, for one. And two, they're fucking idiots. They don't have the experience I have. They want to call shit out, and I'm going to expose them. I'm just going to fucking put them out there for the fucking bullshit they put out. They think they're good gamers, right? It's not a question about it. I see your comment. I'm on the PS4. I cannot answer. I think they're good gamers. My problem with them is they're feeding our community bullshit, and I've proven them wrong time and time and fucking time again. Now, I have been wrong, but I'm not trying to feed you guys full of shit. So, anyways, Veggie posted on Gilliam's site, and let me read this. What do you think about the ESO Daily baby always insulting you in his videos? Now, Gilliam was dumb enough to actually respond, because remember, if you watch his shit, he was saying the shadow's always the better solution, and then he changed his mind after the live update, but he's a fucking idiot to begin with, because it was never the fucking case. And then he said the mage was better, was an alternative solution, which would take over the apprentice, depending on your set. No, you fucking wouldn't. This is why I'm gloating. This is why I'm gloating. But here's Gilliam's response to Veggie's, inquiry. Successful, happy people don't spread hate. The only attention those people should get are directing them to find a help for their mental state. Okay, Gilliam, I hate to tell you there, bud, you're starting to pay attention to my site. You all are. And I'm gloating about it. Why? Because I'm the one covering in different curves. Why? Because I'm the first one that was mentioning diminishing returns before you fucks ever could even figure it out. You deleted all your videos prior to Morrowind. Why? Because you were stacked the fucking back like a dumbass, right? Your IQ is so fucking low. Fucking, I get more intellectual conversation from a peanut, right? You're not that good, dude. You're not. You're a skilled player, but your intellect is very low. Very fucking low, dude. There's only like one YouTuber I have utter respect for. One. That's it. Other than that, I feel like I'm surrounded by morons. Really, I am. And all these players who fucking go to them, right? And then they're like, oh, it's Zos's fault. They're dumb. Okay, let me enlighten you guys about developers, right? Let me enlighten you. Developers are hardly dumb. Actually, developers are pretty fucking high up there in IQ, typically. Not always, but they do a lot of programming, right? They not only using tools, but they have to understand the math behind it. So to say Gilliam had questioned, they didn't go into the math. What do you think their job is, Gilliam? What do you think it is? It's completely constantly looking at the different algorithms that they're, using in the tools, right? I mean, they look at more math in a day than you or I could ever comprehend. And, well, I can't say I can't comprehend it. I understand. I understand what developers do. Very, very much so. So, oh, sweet. Oh, I want to do this on Vet so bad. I just don't know if I'll get a good group. But a lot of people want to know, like, am I spreading hate? No, motherfuckers, I'm not spreading hate. I'm spreading the truth. The problem of it is people can't take the truth. The truth hurts. It hurts. So who's the person? I'm the martyr. I'm the person being crucified, man. I'm being crucified for spreading the truth. That's what it is. You know, it's like, and I don't care. I'm not here for a popularity contest, right? I got started because of these dumb fucks. I got started because of them. I didn't want to sign up for this. All right? I didn't want to. But after friggin' hearing Templars can only heal, this can only be this, and this can only be that, I'm like, you know, it set me on my mission, man. It put me on my path to basically show you guys what Elder Scrolls can offer you. And I've done that. And I'm gloating about it, right? I mean, do I have to provide you guys with every fucking piece of information? No, I'm being lazy in this game. I wanted to throw away the former elite attitude, right? Because that was a lot worse, to be honest with you. Really was, because that's what I was about. That's everything what I was into when I do everything is I was anal, right? Completely. Because it had to be exactly perfect. It had to be. But now it's like, you know, I don't give a fuck about it anymore. Banished Cells 2 and City of Ash 2. And what was the other one? Runes. Ooh. I'll hold off on that one. But honestly, man, it's just like, seriously, I don't care how they build their templates. I don't care, right? I don't mind that. That's not my issue. It isn't. My fucking issue with these players is the bullshit they're feeding people. It's so bullshit. You have an open-ended game with hundreds of possibilities, and they're trying to narrow it down to one or two specific builds that apply to all? That's bullshit. It's so fucking bullshit. And that's what I'm tired of, man. And I said yesterday, a YouTuber has said, oh, something was ragging on me. I'm like, listen, he's trying to help us maximize up DPS. I'm like, well, he's failing. 1 second. Really? Does that have to happen to me? I come in, the tank's offline, and somebody else drop. It's a failed group. If you're under 300 CP, please refrain from vet on this. Now I have a cooldown because just wow. I really wanted this, man. Jeez. Sucks. Now I'm going to be on a frigging timer. Zosh should take that in consideration. Like, if I come in and the group's already wasted, I shouldn't be on a cooldown. Ugh. So bullshit. Anyways, guys, so like I said, man, I've been hounded from day one coming into this game. Start off with the Nightblade healer, right? What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? You're not a Templar? No, I'm not a fucking Templar. I'm a Nightblade healer. Oh, well, that's a waste. That's a waste. Yeah, I completed all the content with the fucking Nightblade healer. And when people said it couldn't be done, I did it. I didn't care. I just was like, you know, their IQ is average, man. And I'm sorry. I mean, that might sound like, you know, a superiority complex. I get it, but it's not my fault. You know, it really isn't. You know, it's not. You know, I see numbers in a different way, guys. It's just the way it is. Like, I don't have to meticulously sit down and look at it and do every point calculation. I used to, but the way I see numbers is different, man. It's hard to explain. Like, I can't explain it. Really, I can't. I cannot explain it, man. Maybe I'm conditioned for it. I don't know, man. But when I see numbers, I'm looking at specific percentage values. And I understand the back numbers that aren't being displayed, like penetrating values. I understand it because maybe it's part of, like, you know, what I had to go through in graphs and sheets and stuff like that. You know, there's always underlining numbers that aren't present, but they're affecting your overall performance. of what you're trying to accomplish. And maybe that's it. I don't know. I literally, and does it give me a superiority complex? I don't know, man. I really don't know. When I say I'm a former elitist, like I was. I was a fucking dick. You know, I just really was, man. And I'm not saying I'm still not. I'm an asshole, but seriously, man, I'm not trying to spread hate to you guys. It's not what this channel's about. Yes, I go off. Of course I'm going to go off. Why am I going to go off? Because you got other YouTubers feeding players bullshit. They're feeding them bullshit. And I'm tired of the community becoming so toxic and polluted with nonsense. They're not even being, you know, polluted to the point of what really is better. They're not. They're not. Sometimes it works out, yes, but does that fit every scenario? Fuck no. Hell no, it doesn't. Let's make sure. Maybe there's a chance I didn't. Yeah, I'm on a friggin' timer. Go friggin' figure. But, it's bullshit, man. God. I really want this dungeon out of the way. But seriously, guys, like, I don't know, man. You know, I understand that a lot of people don't like my attitude. Maybe that's why, you know, I only have 744 subs. It is increasing. So I appreciate every one of my subs. I don't think I'm better than anybody. Let's not get it twisted, right? Let's not get it twisted. I don't think I'm better than you. I don't. That's not my issue. My issue is the players who are completely, blatantly misleading people. That's my problem. That's my issue. If you want to give out information, give a contextual derivative of what you're providing your viewers, right? That's what I think would keep, you know, the missile from being pointed in your direction. Because when you're actually completely saying that these are facts, right? You're catching me. My aim is now directed at you. I'm directing my aim at you. You now just hit on top of the radar. You know, you're being aimed on. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I have to deal with it too. I'm a YouTuber, right? I have to deal with it on a daily basis of like, let's prove Mystic wrong. You know, come on, guys. It's part of the job. It is. You know, if everybody's going to say, oh, it's grimy, it's so this or it's so that. Hey, listen, I don't do PvP exposure videos. I don't do anything really nasty. The only thing I've ever done is, you know, given the reasons why they're wrong. That's it. That's all. That's all I'm trying to do, man, is giving you guys more options, showing you guys what you can do. And in my community, my viewers, you guys have helped me along the way. There's been multiple viewers that said, hey, you Mystic, did you know about this or did you try that? Sometimes I did, and actually sometimes I didn't. And it was really great because the feedback that I get from my community, whether negative or positive, still points you in the right direction. But after you've been backed against the wall for so long, and I have been, guess what? I'm not raised, and I'm not, if you take a look at me, if you saw me in real life, you'd be like, oh, I'm not going to fuck with him. Like, I'm a 215-pound man who was an amateur MMA, like mixed martial arts, right? So I'm not the type of person who's going to be backed against the wall. And then you add, you know, intellect on top of that. I'm not going to take your fucking abuse. It's just not going to happen. If you're going to lay out abuse, I can take heavy criticism. I'm not going to take abuse. You back me against the wall, best believe it, I'm going to fire back at you. Right? It's just going to happen. You can't, you know, stick raw meat in front of an animal and expect him not to take your fucking arm off in the process when you're taunting him. You can't do it. You just can't. And that is, I think, one of the things that I literally have to deal with. You know, I mean, is it an anger issue? Not really, because most of the time I'm passive in real life. I try to avoid conflict. Now, it wasn't always the case when I was younger. I got into a couple of heavy conflicts, especially with bullies. not people who bullied me. I wasn't bullied much. I didn't stand for it. But when I saw people being bullied, it just triggered something in me, man. I really don't like people fucking with people, man. And I know that's kind of a hypocritical statement to say, because maybe I'm, fucking with these other people in the process, but it's just because they're misleading. It's just ignorance, man. You don't spread ignorance, man. Don't do it. That's the one thing I'm like, if you're going to just give them information, give them information. Give them the build. Just put out your build. I never critique builds, man. I'd never friggin' tell people this is shit build compared to this most of the time. Most of the time I'm like, hey man, that's a good build. You might want to try this, or I think this would be maybe a better result in that circumstance. But most of the time, hey, if it's their build, it's their build. Whoever wants to use their build, why am I going to rag on it? I'm not. Most of the time, I'm just not. So I feel like there are better truths, there's better results. That's true, depending on each class, but not one build pertains to all classes. That's what I'm always trying to preach. And when I go into the CP system, and I'll cover this real quick. Actually, since I'm on a cooldown, we'll make this somewhat educational instead of me whining and QQing and everything else, because I know a lot of players want to kind of get where I'm going at it and how I see things. So let me go ahead. Let me do something here. All right. Just going to take out a little bit of gold or whatever, just in case. I've been really slacking off. Okay, I'll take 9k out for now. All right, we're going to get into the champion system here real quick, guys. Let me kind of illustrate this. First, let me take a look at the character sheet. All right. Oh, my buff's not up. All right. Okay, guys. Now look, man. My spell crit's only at 47 currently, right? So the reason my spell crit's low is because I'm going to activate Lotus Blossom. I know this. I know I'm going to be activating Lotus Blossom, and that's going to give me my major prophecy, increasing my spell crit. But if I didn't use that, I'd have to increase my critical rating. The alternative solution to this is, of course, the Inner Light, because then when I go to this bar, I'm going to get that Max Magicka, and my spell critical rating is going to go up to 57. But since I'm going to activate this, once I activate it, I get the value, right? So between the front bar and the back bar, what I'm actually trying to do is minimize the indifference. So I want, or the difference, and make it indifferent is what I'm trying to accomplish, because I'm going to get two separate stat sheets is what I'm ineffectively doing. So I have 40,000 on this bar. When I go to this bar, I want to keep around the same amount of numbers, so it becomes I become indifferent. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create an indifferent curve by marginalizing my diminishing effects. That's what I'm trying to accomplish. Right? What a lot of players don't seem to understand is, like, I get this. I see it very clear. Like, it's almost pitch perfect for me, like what I'm trying to accomplish and how to do that. Because then when I take a look at the innate passives inside the skill line, I can, derive the numbers on top a lot better. So, for example, with the green balance, I know the maturation is going to give me a 10%. My healing and my hot supply is going to keep this up more consecutively. So my DPS can afford to downsize our health just marginal a little bit to push out a little bit more damage if need be, or in those certain circumstances where the fight's going to be a little bit more derated, this is going to offer a lot more cushion. I understand this a lot, just way better than most. So if I currently my health is at 19, right? So all I have to do, and then when I go in, right? Well, it should have applied. Did it apply is my question. Maybe it has to be. Okay, yeah. No spell power carry. It's not applying. I think it has to be when you're on the heal, but anyways, I know it. I already know that this is going to be, you know, it's going to be effective. It's going to apply. And I have to take a look at all these numbers, man. I have to take a look at all the numbers. I have to understand where is it going. I started off on the console, right? So when I go into the CP system, the first thing that I got introduced to was the champion points, right? Champion points are kind of interesting because what this allows me to do is play with it based on my sets. This is important for you guys, okay? Pay attention. Let's say, for example, I'm not running the shadow, right? And let's say I need the thief, hypothetically speaking, right? The two main points that's going to, well, three main points that's going to be, my critical rating is going to be applied, right? So if I'm running the thief, right? And let's say I don't have a crit set and I'm running the thief because I need now crit. So I'm going to use precise trait. I'm going to use the thief because my two sets that I'm stacking have no critical rating to it. That makes up the indifference, is using the thief with a precise. I'm gaining the lost value. But now, because of that, I'm not running the shadow, right? And my base damage is apparent in my sets. So since my base damage is apparent in my sets, the first thing that I want to actually do, I'm not going to commit any of this. The first thing that I want to primarily focus on is penetrating value. How much my penetration is. Now, depending on those sets, say if I'm running, you know, spinners, if I'm a Magicka user and I'm getting 4,884 and I'm getting 3,458, I think that is the new value. I have to check. But all right, so honestly, I'm getting close to around 8 point something. So I still need penetrating value because I got to make up, you know, close to the zero margin without exceeding. Now 5,000 is going to be applied, so I can actually take that up, and that's 13. But I'm still missing close to 5K because I'm not using the Lover Mundus. And this is hypothetically saying if I'm not going to be using Sharpen because I'm going to be using the precise trait. This becomes my focal point, is my spell erosion. I don't want to exceed past a certain point because of diminishing return into this. So I might go ahead and take this up to about 4, 5, maybe 5K. Close to it. About 75 points is my stop point. So it gives me about 5K, right? So 13 plus 5, 18 value made up with the difference. But they can add the minor breach, so I can even afford to take this down a little bit more, probably into, I'd say about 42, somewhere around there. So now I've taken that. Now what I want to focus on is the Elfborn because that is the indifferent value to the Shadow. So this scales higher than the Shadow does though. But I don't want to sacrifice my base value. So Elemental Expert is the base factor for dots and direct damage. So I can afford to go ahead and put into my Elemental Expert now, and I can, you know, pump this up to about between 13 to 14 without a heavy diminishing loss. So I want to go ahead and I can pump this up to about 14. Let's go up to about 14. Now remember, it's all rounded. So now I got an even amount of number and I got 29 points. Now keep in mind my sets didn't have a crit value, and it didn't, so there was no crit value, and I made up the penetrating value. So base damage is apparent. So now I can redirect whether or not I'm going to be dealing more direct damage or more dot based on those parameters. Now if my parameter is basically the sets are going to be applying a spell damage effect, direct damage is taken into consideration. But if my spells are more than 25% dot based, then I want to go ahead and focus on the Thaumaturge. But if that's not the case, then Master at Arms becomes a focal point to further increase my direct effects. So I'm going to take this up as far as I can go without a diminishing loss. And then I have 1 point extra, and then I take the extra and put it into my spell erosion. And that's how I would be able to calculate my CP based on my gear parameters. Now let's say I'm actually using the Lover and I have a crit set. Well, spell erosion then becomes less factor, so I might be able to scale this down, right, to let's say 22, or somewhere around there, you know, about 3. Actually, I could probably take it even down, down to 19. Now I can keep this up here. I can keep all these parameters because I'm not running the shadow. I'm running the lover instead. And now I can redirect more into my base damage and my dot damage without losing. And now I can put more into my thaumaturge without reducing diminishing effects. And that's how I would set that up based if I was running a crit set and I was running the Lover Mundus. So everything's going to change based on gear parameters, right? And that's what they don't get, right? And this is why I do gloat. This is why I kind of have the attitude, because it's like I see the indifferent variables a lot clearer based on parameters, you know? So if you know, even let's say if I was using the shadow, hypothetically saying, let's say my crit value's there, right? And I'm using the shadow, well, I can scale this down, right? Because it's the equivalent, but I can actually still benefit more from Elfborn by keeping a lower percentage margin into it. So I want some, but I don't want a lot. So I'm going to take that 38. Now what ends up happening is now I need more spell pen, because once again, I'm not running a penetrating value set. So what I end up doing is I put this back in here, and we're making up the indifferent value. So I can put it up to about 42. I don't think I would be able to redirect that much into there, but I should be able to get an extra, yeah, into thaumaturge. So now I'm making up the indifferent value loss. See how that goes? So that's how I can play with numbers, right? So based on set parameters, I can play with this. You know, that's what it is. They're in different values. Okay. So, you know, the thing about it is, guys, once again, I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody. I'm just not. It's not what I'm trying to do. And I know somebody was like, you know, you're hard to listen to because there's like nerd rage or something like that. And I'm like, I get it. It's a valid point. It is. It's completely valid. And I'm not going to say it isn't. But at the same time, it is what it is. Actually, I'll hold off on City of Ash just because I don't know what... I don't know. There's sometimes people going in there. Actually, I'll still try it. I really want it bad. You know, I'm not trying to spread hate. It's not my issue. But questioning my mental stability? Really, Gilliam? Yeah, I'm questioning you, but on valid points. You have nothing to actually, you know... Whatever. 1 second. Okay. So, I don't need to be in there. But anyways, guys, this is why I'm always pissed about the whole BIS situation. You have an open-ended game, and a lot of people don't get it. Right? Because they don't... They think, like, champion points is fixed. Right? But it's not. Right? They're fluctuate... It's a way to... Okay. So, sets... Right? Are independent variables, right? We can't change it, right? The only thing we can change is a dependent variable, right? Or maybe I have it backwards. It's been a while for terminology in that essence. But the values that we can change is in the CP system, right? That's where we can find indifferent values based on parameters such as sets. So this is why I'm always telling players, there's no BIS, man. There is no BIS. We have the variables, the margin between variables is apparent.
You could have slipped so much. The enemies of Oridon brought low by
Can somebody please get these archers? Let me see something. 23, 16, I knew it. It was like somebody's got way low life. It's gonna be a workout for me, I promise you. 113 CP. I don't care about the CP on this one. That's another thing, like I can tell, like just healing somebody, I can tell. I'm like, whoa man, they're a little squishy. Yeah, I mean, honestly, guys, you know, the thing about it is, I'm not going to try to be if somebody fake for other people. It's just not going to happen, man. You know, it's just not who I am. I don't care if people hate me or not. I really don't care. But I'm trying to offer people the truth about it and enjoy it. That's why I enjoy this game so much. It's like, man, the shit you can do. Man, the devs, and now you're questioning the devs? Like, seriously, dude? I mean, do you even know what goes into what type of education they had to endure and what they had to do to become developers? It's not as simple as just learning a program, sticking in front of a fucking computer, and just saying, oh, okay, now I'm going to be a video game developer. I don't think so, man. Squish ball. No, that's the one who made whatever. Wonder if it's a vampire. I don't know. 1 second. Let me take care of the ads. I was going to blow the war horn, but what's up, man? This dude should have been dead. Definitely taking a lot of fire damage.
That's much better. I'd say it feels like I regained the use of a limb.
Another thing I like to do, pugging, man. You know, I used to be definitely a little bit more formal in a lot of my previous MMOs. You only roll with certain people, X, whatever, and, you know, only the best of the best or worthy type attitude, I guess. But now I just like pugging. I like more casual and type gameplay. I like the fact that if you can help players become better, it is what it is. And honestly, man, like I said, I have problem with people who are going to tell you bullshit. That's the only thing I got problem with, man. I want to help you guys determine what's better for your play style, not tell you this is what you have to have, because that's bullshit. It's so bullshit, man. It's so not the case. I don't know which way they're going to be directing it. This could be a nightmare of a problem if... Focus on the tank with the heavy, and we'll hit up the hots and other stuff going on with the back end deeps. No, you're getting out of loss. Yep, bring him in just a little bit. You can stack on the fire, dude. It'd be fine with that. Dude, just bring him around. I know you're scared. You don't want him to screw us up. Tank's doing really good, actually. I like this tank. The deeps is a little light, I'm not gonna lie, but my problem of it is I think we're... After that wears off, I'm going to go ahead and blow mine. Dude, don't loss on me, man. Honestly, man, I don't know. This is probably the longest I've ever done this fight, but... Tank's killer. He's doing such a beast-ass job. A little longer than anticipated. Tank is badass, though. Badass tank, man. Killer. What? They need to fix this bug, man. This is getting on my nerves. I can't weave in this undercove. I have to like come back. I can't weave in the front door. Like on the approach. I'm messing up my rotation really bad. I need to fix that shit. I think DPS isn't layering enough AoEs either. It's really apparent, man. See, look, right? Come on, man, just walk through and let's, no, just come through, man. Come through. One second, guys. Oh my gosh, what is going on here? What? I don't know, man. Oh. Nada. Nothing.
I'll see you dead before you harm this stone.
Yeah, that tank, for being as low as he is pretty fucking killer. Another thing I like about One Tamriel, definitely opening it up for more, you know, play style, even with lower levels, man. Right there, perfect. Keeping those buffs up. Now get in front of me. Nope, wrong one.
You really are quite good.
Shit! What?
Here,
I forgot to scrap.
let me take care.
Oh well. Excuse me. Moving forward, tally ho. But yeah, guys, like seriously, man, I don't know. I don't wish any bad thing for any of these YouTubers. Please do not get it wrong. Do not get me twisted. honestly, uh, I'm just, I guess I'm educating them as much as I am educating other people. And I'm not perfect. I make mistakes every day. We all can learn. I've always said that, man. You can learn from each other, right? It's what you can do. I'm not a prideful person. I don't have pride. It's not something I possess, right? But what I don't let ignorant. I can't deal with ignorance very well. That's probably one of the biggest flaws I have, besides being an asshole. The more ignorant people talk, you know, like hate. People, Gillian wants to act like I'm spreading hate. I'm probably one of the least hateful people in the world. Like, I'm not racist. I'm not sexist. You know, I believe everybody has a right in life, right? I'm that type of person. I just don't like ignorance. That's what I hate. So if you're gonna say, oh well, he's spreading hate based on ignorance, yeah, you're right. I do, because it's the misconceptions of other people that does promote hate, the elite attitude, or oh, you know, meta and this and that, and I'm like, no, motherfuckers, no. You're the one perpetuating the attitude for people to be hateful, not me. And yes, I'm going to be hateful to you. Yes, I'm going to be a prick because you're feeding people bullshit, man. And now they're saying, oh, just because it works for me, it might not. Just because it works for me, it might not work out for you. Your playstyle might be different. But who's been telling you guys that from the get? Them? No. So everything that they're now starting to portray is what I've been telling you guys from the get. Like I told somebody, they're playing catch up with me. It's not about content, it's about game knowledge. They're playing catch up, right? It's not me playing catch up, it's them. Sure, I'll pick it open. I'm not probably going to take whatever's inside unless it's worth it, because I have no bag space.
Your blood will temper my thirst. Your bones will end my famine.
I'll take those two. Fuck the shoulders. This boss can be a bitch. Oh, of course they started. Let me go ahead and pull, even though the healer's not here. It'll be fine. Yeah, this boss can be a bitch. As soon as those come out, I'm going to have to be on the lightning staff heavy. Because we need to get AoEs down. Standing near those balls can be really bad. So wherever the balls move, I want to kind of go around it. I don't want to be in its vicinity. Shit, and that's the one thing I hate. Those views going, switch it out, get the AoEs down. See, now this when it can become a little bit more frantic, because when you have ads up during her phase is when things can get a little hairy. You want to get those ads down ASAP. I'm gonna be on Addy duty pretty much this entire fight, so don't anticipate a war horn. Don't get out of the circle. Get out of the circle. Get out of the circles. Get this bitch off me. What's up with my weave? Well, no, 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 no. Bullshit. It was right in the balls. Knew it was gonna happen. He wasn't paying attention to where the ball location was. You gotta move around to it. If you stand in them, you take double damage, man. The more balls that are concentrated in one area, I told you guys, man. Right there, as soon as it gets on top of me, man, I want to move. Let's hope the tank can stay up. Shit! Now see, that's the problem with resin in this part. Let's see if I can AoE some shit down. I'm not set up for damage, but... Yep, I'm not gonna be able to keep up. Not with this many balls and her. Hold on! Oh! Shit! Stunned. And she's on me. This tank's badass though. Nothing I can do. Fuck all of you! No! Yeah, you can't be around those balls. Once they get on top of you, you have to move. If you're melee DPS, hit and move, hit and move. Tanks can kind of withstand it. And why does this dude DPS have choke thorns on? Okay. Sure. Whatever. Okay. Lost, 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 lost. Alright guys, I don't know, man. Did it. Sure. Okay.
This is far more entertaining.
No way, we're getting scroll. I'm getting one key out of this, I will guarantee you.
Power I have now.
Unless it's bugged. If it's still bugged, it's doable. But, whatever. It's pug life, y'all. Pug life. All good. Somebody is definitely vamping out. Don't get behind me. That doesn't help you. Stay. Don't get behind your healers. It's okay to be a vampire. You just can't offset the difference anymore. You have to take that in consideration. Void mechanics or glyph jewelry. Best options. Another thing I love about the Warden, Lotus Blossom, Lightning Staff heals. Love it.
How easily you slaughter Daedra and keep her alive. How much more powerful could you be made with my gifts? You are fascinating.
This will be fun. Don't blow mine. Oh my god. I do not want that friggin' scroll at this point. Probably one of the only times I'm gonna say it. Oh shit, wrong one. Oh my god. I mean, I guess we could try the scroll if it's bugged. But the problem of it is they're going to be throwing out those friggin' things. I'll AoE them. Frig it. And then on the last couple phase, I should be able to actually cheese it. I'm thinking. Shit. Should have picked up all that crap. Whatever. Actually, we don't have a scroll. We just decide whatever. If they don't cleanse their curses, they're fucked. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, we know how to do it. I think it's still bugged.
Now get out of my way! All of Tamriel will learn I am free when I am the last of
He'll tell. Of course, the healer's cursed to begin with. I'm cursed. It is true. Dude, you're gonna have to avoid some mechanics, man. I just don't want them stacking up and next thing you know you're getting knocked down everywhere. It's still bugged. Like that. Shit, shit, shit. No, 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 no. See, they still have a range ability, and DPS isn't going to be able to deal out enough damage for when these guys stacking, and they don't know any better for one of them to go over there and just drop AoEs. So come on, man. Yeah, it's going to be a total knockback, continuously. See, he's already dead. God dang it, man. I got to come over here. Oh, wait a minute, that's interesting. So past the stone, it's not going to do a knockback, maybe. Maybe if you stay behind it? I still can't believe this is bugged like this. So technically if you just range it at this point, you might not even get knocked back from the Daedra. They need to fix it, honestly. You're lost, you're lost, you're lost, you're lost, you're lost. Can you please move this dude? A little bit? Oh, I don't think he can. Sure. Yep. That is such a bad bug. That's so terrible. Dancing, 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 What's up? Do the shuffle. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do the shuffle. You've been fired. What do we get? Nah, I already have it too. I'll use it for scrap. Scrap it, scrap it, scrap it. Pug life. It's pug life. Say it, pug life. Yeah, let's just get rid of this one. Yeah, guys. So, anyways, I know a lot of players hate me. It doesn't really affect me, to be honest with you. I come in here day in, day out, do dailies, and you know, roll with it. Anybody, it's just random, man. You know, I can't. It's not predetermined, you know, and I like that. I can roll with, you know, pre-mades and get more content done, and I do. But I like to pug and show capability of my builds and, you know, and what I do, you know. Like, I've been criticized so much in this game, just so bad. Like, everybody's like, oh, well, Templars are only healers, but then any other healer can do this. And we've repeatedly gone over this, right? And we've had people say, Biss, and you have an open-end game. It's open-ended, man. Take something you like out what benefits your play style and improve upon that is what I'm telling you guys to do, right? There are different ways to achieve the same kind of results. That's why I'm never going to tell you guys an absolute. These guys are telling you this. I'm not. And I am gloating because I've fucking proven every one of them wrong. And not to say that I haven't been proven wrong, but not one of these motherfuckers have proven me wrong. It's been my subscribers. The ones who are saying, hey, you know what, Mystic? You forgot this. Or, hey, Mystic, you did that. It wasn't any of these guys. And these guys have... I'm not prideful. They are. You know, I can take criticism. I can take it. You know, if you've played that role and you can tell me for... absolute fact, but you can't. And until you play, unless you've walked in my shoes, I can't respect your critique unless there's a valid point. And if there's valid points, then I do take critiques very serious because I feel like you can learn from people. These people are learning from me. These other tubers, they're watching me. Believe it. They're watching me. Of course they are. I'm gloating over it. I'm going to put it in their face time and time again. I might have the less amount of subs, but I put in more work than they do, and I understand things a lot better because I just have time. I have the experience. They don't. You know, I've gotten to test for multiple companies. I've gotten to talk with developers directly. I got to understand things in a lot better perspective than they have. And for Gilliam to question the devs, that's not cool, man. You know what? You might want to try to question the devs, but they are put in their position for a reason. And for the people saying, why don't you work for ZeniMax? Gilliam couldn't. You know, he can't. He would never be able to. Even on a tester standpoint. He submits bugs, but he's not seeing a bigger picture. And that's his problem. His percentage value is fine. He's a skilled gamer. They all are. All right? And I think content providers are fine. Don't take it for an absolute. Not even me. If I tell you guys something, man, it's to help you out. But at the end of the day, it's your gameplay, man. It's your gameplay. And yeah, I'm gonna be a dick. And yeah, I'm gonna call people out on shit if it is shit. If they stop bullshit, then well, who knows? Maybe I might not have to do this, you know? I might not have to. But until they do and until they get it, it is what it is. Anyways, I got a call. I got to let you guys go. Thank you for watching once again and always. Thank you and have a nice day.